Guys, we're out for another little bike packing adventure, doing a solo here, going out to the middle of nowhere. It's going to get pretty cold tonight. Mind the wind. We'll bring you back in a little bit once we clear these hills. Alright, so the goal is we're going to do about an 80-85 kilometer round trip. Find a nice little spot in the middle of nowhere. Get a nice camouflage setup going. Cook some food. Just have a good old time tonight. Probably freeze. And then get up in the morning in the sun and bike all the way back. So should be fun. A little too fast on the slippery shale. So I figure we're about 1/3, maybe a little more of the ways there now. Almost wiped out going down that gravel hill. That was kind of sketchy, but all good. So we'll just push on and keep trucking to camp. Now we're just passing Camp Kendall, which is where I guess the kids do their summer camps, and I guess there's a rodeo out here once in a while. Pretty neat area. That's a good sign. Making decent progress. Part of the challenge today is to get to my campsite with one battery. So I'm about 180 plus or minus a ribeye or two a day, and I've got about what I figure about 60 pounds of gear on the bike. So I'm supposed to be able to do 60 kilometers under good conditions. These will be less than ideal with lots of hills. Anyway, we'll bring you back soon. Well, I ain't gonna lie, but my butt is sore. So are my legs. Getting closer though. Maybe another 3 to 5 kilometers, maybe. Sun's starting to go a bit lower, so I want to get camp set up pretty quick and just get settled down for the night. Well, we made it to the Ghost Recreational area. We're in that wildlife sanctuary corridor where you're not allowed to have weapons within 365 meters of the road, which is a good thing for the wildlife. And yeah, I'm pretty close to camp now, so it's looking good, feeling better. Just a few more kilometers to push, and then we'll be able to take a load off. Well, this is camp coming up. We're going to do a little sleep in this thicket over here. Nice and camo. Here's a quick 360 of the bike. All its gear loaded on. It looks like my sleeping bag almost slid out. Not bad for 45K. Let's go check the battery and see what it's at. That is not bad. 35% left. And I only cheated a little bit, did power assist 3 pretty much all the way here, and then occasionally on the tough hills, went up to 4 for just a minute or 2 here and there. That's pretty awesome actually, considering how much I was packing. I forgot to factor in I'm packing 2 extra batteries at 10 pounds a pop, so that's really more like 80 pounds of gear. Anyway, this beast is doing good. So I'm thinking this little thicket should be good for camouflage. It's kind of like stealth camping, but not really, because there's literally nobody out here. Got myself a little creek over here. Place to have the fire later if I decide to do a fire. Probably put the tent right about there. And probably clean this up. Pretty dang peaceful. Should be a nice night. Well, changed my mind. I think the tent is going to go right here. That should be pretty decent. And then we'll string camo ending up all through here. Basically, hopefully, make us blend in a bit. Alright, we'll set the tent up now. Alright, tent is set up. Hopefully that blends in with our surroundings. I'm just going to tie it down a little better, maybe get the stakes in a bit. But it kind of blends into what we got going on here. Next, unpack the rest of the bike. Alright, this is all the bedding and clothing. If I can get it off. And we'll get the other side. Kind of hard to do one-handed. There we go. This is all camp supplies, cooking and food and whatnot. Put that over here. So one little thing I wanted to do to the bike before I came out on this trip was I wanted to make it more modular. So what I've done is install some moldy panels that allow you to strap things to it, you know, different gear and whatnot. I'll just give you a quick view. So here we have moldy panel with the axe side, a couple extra attachments for other gear. And then on the other side, same thing, except for no axe. I've got a saw, which is all in here. if I can get it open. Here we go. And then there's our wood saw. Anyway, I got to get back to work. I'll bring you guys back in a bit. All right, so here's camp from about 20 feet away. I'm going to walk up. That mesh netting looks pretty good. That should give me some cover from the highway area, or the dirt road. Yeah, I like that. We'll do a little drone footage later and see how it looks from the air. Well, using a little bit of the drone footage I could see on the camera thing, looks like this will kind of blend in from the air for sure, and the average guy driving by is not going to notice. So, I mean, I could reinforce this by putting a bunch of yellow branches on it, but I'd rather not cut a bunch of crap down. Just let her blend in. So, anyhow, back to camp, setting stuff up. This is one of those old school pads, but it's got 900 goose down in it, I think. And it's thick, and tonight's going to be cold, so I don't want to be touching the ground. That is probably one of the better pads you can get. I don't know if they even make these anymore, but man, are they comfortable and warm. And I got a little air pillow here I'll pop up shortly. And then get the sleeping bag out and be ready for rock and roll for bed. And that is bed set up for the night. So anything after this is all gravy. Well, pretty much all set for the night. Camp's looking good. Netting, I got it kind of restructured a bit, make it more wavy. Tent's good, bed's good, tools are good. Bike's kind of waterproofed and tucked away. And then down this way, see how things go. We might have a little fire tonight. Not sure if I'm going to do supper. I'm kind of not hungry, to be honest, but I might have a snack later, but definitely we should have a fire. So we're pretty much just going to be doing a little firebox here. Good news is all kinds of small stuff laying around, and look at over here. It's almost like somebody cut all this exactly the size we need for that stove. And there's more all along this little beachy area too, so we should be able to have a nice little fire. It won't be a big rager, and it's safe because we're on the bank here. So Yeah, I'll get back with you soon once we get that started. Don't see that every day. Well guys, that was pretty cool. That was 4 completely wild horses, and they're still up here ripping around, coming for a drink of water. Here they are. And there's one more just up there. He's kind of tentative. So a little fun fact of trivia. In Alberta, the size that we are, there's about 1,400 wild horses all across the province. I just had 5 of them rip around my camp. That was pretty damn cool. And they're still there. Not sure if you can see that on the GoPro, but they're just meandering around. Anyhow, I'll get you guys back when we're going to do the fire. Alrighty guys, it's time to light that fire. We're not going to do anything crazy, we're just going to use a lighter. Stuffed it full of just little wood chips, sticks, and a bit of grass, and a little fire starter bit. Hopefully that's going to go. Third time's a charm. I also put a bit of wood shavings in here. If you guys have a spare pencil sharpener, throw that in your little kit. Let you make all kinds of cool stuff. From little forks to fire starter. Never hurts to get a bit of air as well. Wow, let there be fire. Well guys, I think that's enough for the night for me. I'm going to start hitting the sack here. Just a beautiful night. It's supposed to get probably about 2 degrees, maybe 0 tonight, so it's going to be frosty. I'll pick you back up in the morning. We'll see you guys later. What a freezing night. We made it, and guess we better get a hot cup on and get ready to get packed up. Gotta get a brew on. This is a little bit frozen right here. Everything's frozen this morning so far. It's gonna take a little while to get packed up. Well, thank God the sun's come up. It's starting to warm up. I think it's just about 0 now. Frost is starting to burn off. Gonna have a little bit of breakfast and my tea, and then pack up and we'll get back on the road and head her home. Well, I've taken down the camo netting for now. Gotta let that kind of dry off or steam off or whatever. It's all frosted, so give it a few minutes and then we'll start rolling that up too. Well, I got camp pretty much broke down. Everything's kind of here now. And it's breakfast time shortly. I'm going to let this kind of dry off, shake it a bit. It's easy to pack up though, so it's all good. All right, let's spark her up. There she goes. We'll be having this today. Scrambled eggs with bacon. There we have it. Dehydrated eggs with bacon. Yummy. So I gotta let these sit for about 10 minutes and then ready to eat, and then I'll get the final pack up done. We'll get on the road. Just packed up now, everything's strapped in. So we'll hit the road and head that way. Alright guys, we made it. Almost home. That was a good one. I'm pretty tired now.